Hello, my dear students. Hope all of you are fine. Once again, I welcome back everyone to our SST class. So, students, we have completed our chapter 5, isn't it? That is about the Constitution of India. I hope that you all of you have understood this chapter. In this chapter, we have learnt about the Indian Constitution, what is the need for the Indian Constitution, how it is formed. Okay, like that, we have also understood the nature of the Indian Constitution. What are the directive principles of state policy? What are fundamental rights and fundamental duties? Also, I have explained you. Okay, you can go through the video separately. I have made it so that you can understand it properly. So, children, see, today we will discuss the question answer part of this chapter. Already the bit question answers I have told you. I hope that you all of you have got that one. Please write down the answers in your notebook so that it will be very much helpful for you. Okay students, so now we will start to discuss about the question answer part of this chapter 5. So that is given in your B part. Answer the following. Question number 1 is given. What does the Constitution of India define and explain? Children, please write down this answer in your notebook. Okay? Write the questions, then after you write the answer. So that it will be helpful for you to remember it. So, children, the Constitution of India defines the position and powers of the three organs of the government. They are the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary. It also explains the relations between the government and the citizens as well as the rights and duties of the citizen. So, children, you can write the answer like this. Then, our question number 2 is given. Comment on the nature of the Constitution of India. Means you have to write what are the characteristics of our Constitution. So, children, this answer can be like this. The Constitution of India is a written document. Second point, our constitution is the longest or lengthiest constitution in the world. Third is, the Constitution of India is rigid and flexible. Children, rigid means cannot bend and flexible easily amended. Okay, it can be easily you can add new policies or new thing. Then the Constitution of India provides for a federal form of government. Federal form of government means children our India is also divided into states, isn't it? So our central government is linked with our states government. This is known as our federal form of government. The Constitution of India establishes the parliamentary form of government. Okay, we know about the Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, Parliament. So, our Constitution of India establishes a parliamentary form of government. These are the nature of the Constitution of India. Then our question number 3 is given. List two directive principles of each category. So children, we have learned the directive principles based upon three categories. What are they? First is our principles of promoting economic equality. Second is Gandhian principles. And third one is general principles. So children, so many points are there. You can write any two from there. Okay, so first one is given principles promoting economic equality. It provides adequate means of livelihood for all the citizens. Give equal pay for equal work to both men and women. Children, we know that directive principles are applicable for the government. Government should follow these principles for the development of our country. So, government should provide adequate means of livelihood for all the citizens. All the citizens should get work and every citizen should get equal pay for equal work. There should not be any discrimination between man and woman. Second is children Gandhian principle. Gandhian principle is used to provide free and compulsory education to children up to the age of 14. It also provides health and nutritional level of the people. Third one, children, is our general principles. General principles you can write promote international peace and preserve and improve the environment. So these directive principles are applicable for the government of India, which are already written in the constitution. Government has to follow these principles. You can write any other two, okay? Then our question number 4 is given, list the 6 fundamental rights of the citizens of India. This is already given in your book. So you can write the 6 fundamental rights are right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to freedom of religion, cultural and educational rights, and right to constitutional remedies. And last question is, children, list for fundamental duties of the citizens of India. We know that 10 duties are there. You can write any 4. Okay. Which you are feeling easy, that you can write it. So children, what we can write the 4 fundamental duties. First one is, all the citizens of India need to uphold and protect the sovereignty, unity and integrity of India. Okay, we need to protect and improve the natural environment. We need to value and preserve our rich cultural heritage. We need to protect the monuments and public properties. So children, fundamental duties are applicable for the citizens. So the citizens should follow these rules which are written in our constitution. About these fundamental duties also I have made one video. If you have doubt, you can see from there. So children, these all are the question answer part of our chapter 5. Okay, as we are reading through our online classes, in the next online class we will learn about our chapter 6. Okay children, all of you stay safely at your home. Thank you.